I was originally gonna make this video a lot later and title it something like How War Tycoon Could Lock In. And part of that video was gonna be talking about how they could only add bug fix updates for a little bit or quality of life updates, something like that. And guess what? War Tycoon just did that. If you look into the devlog, I can show a screenshot right now. They're only going to be adding bug fix updates for the next few updates. So there's not going to be any content updates until early next month. Which is really good because War Tycoon does have a bunch of bugs right now. I don't know if the medal event bug is still there, but I haven't tried it. But this has been bugged. And there's still the sniper bug that got sorta fixed, you know. And there's just a ton of things that War Tycoon could change and they probably know about. So this is probably where they're gonna fix a lot of bugs. But there are other ways War Tycoon could lock in, and here are some of them. This first one is going to be kinda random, and that's give tank crew roles. For example, if you have this setting enabled where you let other people in your tank, you could have a separate driver, separate loader, separate gunner, you know, things like that. Just give tank crews. I think this would be really cool, and it would also be cool if this was a setting that you could enable and disable, that one person could still control the entire tank, but a crew option would still be available. And still speaking about tanks, what War Tycoon could do is give things on the tank actual purposes. This seems to be a fire hydrant, and what it could do is maybe put out the fire in the tank so the tank doesn't explode, leaving your crew members some more time to get out. Or, on the EMBT, I'm pretty sure I saw a shovel or something. Let's see, was that a shovel? Yes, that's a shovel and a fuel tank. So maybe the fuel tank could give a speed boost or something, and this... No, that's not a shovel, that's a hammer. Well, maybe the hammer... Oh, there's the shovel. Here it is. Maybe this shovel and... Is that a pickaxe? Yeah, this seems to be a pickaxe. That's the handle, and that's the actual, thing you swing. This could be used to help you maybe get out of stuck situations. You could use the pickaxe or something and hit around, where the tank's stuck, and maybe that'll, pull it out or something. Okay, it wouldn't pull it out, but maybe you could, damage the rocks around it so that then there's more grip so you could drive out. Or on this tank, the Abrams M1A2 Septusk 2. This tank has a mine plow, but it doesn't work, so it'd be really cool if it did. So there's a lot of things War Tycoon could add to make tanks more funner and better, but maybe they'll add in the quality of life update, maybe they won't. This next one is really obvious and I almost didn't include it, but it's still something that everyone wants and it's less pay to win vehicles. There was once a time in War Tycoon where we got 3 limited premiums in a row. That was wait, they weren't even premiums, but they were all still Robux. It was the F-35G, the B1R, and something else. I forgot what the last one was, but there were still 3 limited Robux vehicles that got added in a row. And War Tycoon has slowed down a little bit. They add premiums once a month or something like that. The thing is, they don't add enough other limiteds. Look how many mythics there are, and look how many common, rare, and epics combined. That's nearly the same. When there should be more commons than mythics, if you think about it. Wait, I just realized War Tycoon already has something like the gunner thing I was talking about. As you can see, there's a driver, but there's also a separate gunner that can control this machine gun over here. That just proves that tank crews are possible. Anyways, moving back onto mythics, I still don't know if mythics or game passes are worse, because game passes you can get them whenever, so you could just save up enough money, and then after that you just buy it, and you can have it like everyone else can have it. But the thing is, with mythics, you can get them for free if you trade. I don't know which one's worse anymore. You can gift both mythics and game passes, so I don't know. This next one might be one that everyone wants, and that could be a new map, because this map is kind of getting old, and it's performing worse than the other map, because now low-end devices are struggling harder than ever to play on this new map. I just turned my FPS on, and as you can see, I'm averaging from 210 to 230, 40. This isn't bad, but this is Roblox. And look, it once dropped into the 190s. It seems whenever I do anything, it starts dropping a lot. Look, I shoot, I jump around, and it goes down. I just saw 190 again. Just saw 150. I don't know why, but this is just jumping around. This is a Roblox game. I don't know why it's doing things like that. I can remember in the trailer video for the new update, they said it was going to be 15% better for low-end devices, or 15% better optimization. I forgot. It said something like that. But Is that just me or is it performing worse? I know I can 100% play other games on higher FPS and things like that, so I don't know what's wrong with this. And we also know that this isn't a Roblox issue, because other games are better optimized. Like, the only one that I could think of is Rivals, because that's the only one that I've played, and I've also looked at my FPS at the same time, but that's not a Roblox issue, that's a War Tycoon issue. They are poorly optimizing their maps and game and other things like that. Just dropped into the 140s, what is this? I'll try and go pretty high, but this is what the War Tycoon maps looks like right now. And there's some greenery, like there's some trees, there's some like grass areas. There's also this like city area in the middle. It's not very big, but it's something. So this is what the map looks like currently. And there's many islands connected with these big bridges, and some of them are connected with smaller ones. There's also these little airfields around the map. No, there's only one of them. There are also smaller islands that aren't connected with anything, but this map is kinda getting old, and like I said, it isn't doing too good on old devices. So I think what War Tycoon should definitely do is first, do something with optimization. Oh, look how small that AC-130 looks, or is that a C-130? I don't know. Anyways, they definitely should do something with optimization, and also, maybe they should add a bigger and taller map. They could also add different biomes, like maybe like over here, this one is like a winter one, and this one's like, this could stay desert, then this could be like a plains or like a flatland, I don't know. Or they could do map selections, like do you want to choose the winter map or do you want to choose the desert one? They could just do something with maps to add more of them, or they could do map rotations, I don't know. But I think most War Tycoon players still want something with their map updated. I think the best option out of all of these is probably the map selection, but they could do whatever. There's also very little ones that they could change. Like when I go to unfly, it says you are now unflying, which doesn't make any sense. It should probably say something like you have stopped flying or you aren't flying anymore, not you are unflying. That just makes no sense and I don't know why they have that. Some other little things they could change are like the water. Like, what is this? That looks like, I don't know, that looks like jello. Like, that looks like jello or maybe crumpled paper. I don't know how to describe that. Like, this does not look like water at all. This actually does not look like water. I feel like old War Tycoon's water was a lot better. Like, this just doesn't look like water at all. They should definitely change something with this. Moving back-ish to tanks, what they could add is like customization. Like as you saw in the M1A2 Sep Tusk 2, they had a mine plow. Like the M1A2 Sep Tusk 2 has a mine plow. Then they could also add it to other things like the Abrams X or something like that. They could add mine plows to those too. Or for example, instead of adding other limiteds that no one's gonna use, they could just make the artillery rockets over here like a customization thing of the normal Sherman. I also think I found the best place for them to actually put the garage or where you could actually customize this. Right here. They could just make this an actual garage that works and you can open it up. It requires a certain amount of rebirths to actually access. And you can open it up and then once you go in, there's like a menu and you can like check what you want to add and don't add. Things like guns already have customization, so why can't vehicles have it too? That would just be really cool. The very last thing War Tycoon could add to make their game better is definitely buff fire rates. If you look at in real life videos of CRAM firing, you know that's super fast. And then look at this. When you're turning, you can see the individual bullets, same with when you're zooming. And it's not only a problem with CRAM 2, it's also a problem with machine guns. As you can see over here, this machine gun doesn't fire very fast. You can also see the individual bullets. I guess something like the MAC-10 is fine because it fires decently fast, but still, all of these could be way faster. If you look at things like a Panzer or the CRAM in real life, you know how fast they fire. Like, War Tycoon has them completely unrealistically done. If War Tycoon added these, I think a lot of War Tycoon players would definitely appreciate this, but anyways, that's gonna be it for today's video. Thank you very much for watching, have a good day, and bye!